morning, good morning, good morning.
Amazing. Get that, Pete. Yeah. Oh.
Happy Friday to everyone.
Yeah, Josh. Oh, almost a shove it. Looks like Josh broke the foamy again. There it is. There it is. Here you go, Pete. Oh, there it is. Ride the double up. Yeah, take that thing in. Yeah, well, don't hit your fins. Whoa. Joshy boy swimming around. Super hard all the way through. There you go.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank
Up
you,
and
Sarah.
left. There's a nice left. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, nice little left. Take it to the inside.
Keep the paddles through really hard right now. Left.
Nice left, dude.
Getting things rolling on an early Friday morning here. Woo!
Welcome to the Blind Surfer Show.
Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing out there? Getting into the Western voice because the sound of that thing. Hello, 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 hello. Hey, Matea and all. I can hear the chat. I'll be putting it up in the, hello there. I'll be putting it up in a second or so. Good morning, good morning. Sarah, good morning to you. How's everybody doing? I'm very good. You know what? I'm very excited this morning because, you know how I say, don't worry, I didn't lose my wedding ring, and I haven't been wearing it for about a week and a half. Hey, Angel 3 Fries, what's going on? Well, maybe. Hey, Danny, I think I have a voicemail from you that we could play in the Check Pete's voicemail section today. I wouldn't say that I lost my wedding ring, but I definitely misplaced it. I'm listening to the comments through, and I'm gonna put them up there in a second. I'm listening to them from my phone, and they're coming up in my earpiece over here. I'm just kind of getting everything rolling, and as soon as, one second. And let me fire off my fancy
Blind
sponsor.
Surfer Show is brought to you by Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap.
Glad you like
Order
the
a
music.
mystery box, pump the nozzle, and see if you can determine the scent just by smell. When you're ready to know for sure, peel to reveal. Order today at blindpenguin.com.
Well, so that's the thing. The person that said I had a blind mishap about my ring. All right, I'm going to get everything all set. I'm excited everybody's joining so quickly and so early. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And I'll be here, until that point at which my stupid audio interface decides to stop working. Then you all have to text me and say, hey, Pete, your audio interface stopped working again. And I'll be like, okay, fine. And then I'll unplug it and plug it back in. And then it will, it'll be working again. But I'll have to keep I'm gonna have to keep my phone near me for when you guys tell me that. Happens every day these days. So yeah, my wedding ring, my marriage ring, the ring that I got when Banana and I exchanged our vows, whatever the heck these things are called. I only ever take it off in one place. Only ever take it off in one place. And that is next to my jewelry, box that's on my nightstand. Let's see, now I can put you guys up. Now that thing is this is how I'm hearing the chat messages. Let's see.
Message deleted by a moderator.
Hey, message deleted by a moderator. So we're off to a good start already. People are already being jerks in the chat. Gee, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. But yeah, so I have all the messages getting read to me out loud through the
YouTube.
Hold on. Is it not reading them out? Hold on. I gotta
Show TTS controls.
show
Button.
TTS controls.
Pause TTS. Button. Skip to current message.
Skip to
Button.
current message.
Skip to current message. Repeat message.
Repeat
Button.
message.
Repeat message. Chesterfly420 says, how did you get into voice acting? That's something that I've always wanted to try. How did you get into voice acting? That's something that I've always wanted to try.
Like anything that anybody wants to get into, you just do it. So many people talk about things
Angel
that they want to do.
says someone woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Oh, was it me or hopefully not me? I feel like
YT89 page 13 says hello.
I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I feel like I'm pretty
At Johnny
happy.
BC says, have a great day, everyone.
Indeed, thank you for
Saracom
being here, Johnny.
7808 says one of the dogs may have knocked it off the nightstand.
So it was actually worse than that. It was not worse, but dumber on my
Screaming
part.
Drag Zero N says hi.
Hey, Screaming Dragon Zero. You know what? Hold on. Before I get into that, hold on. I'm going to mute this. I'm going to press this, and I'm going to press this. It's kind of slow to respond, but if it works, it's going to be a little...
At Chester Me.
Oh, hold on. That was Snoop Dogg. I don't want Snoop Dogg. Let's see if I press that. You have to give it a second. I think something surprising might happen in a second or two. But so I only ever intentionally take the ring off when I am next to my bed by the nightstand and I put it in the jewelry box. And that's why I wasn't like super concerned. I'm like, it has to be there. It has to be like right there. It has to be very close to there. Can't be too far away. I wasn't that worried about it. But then I started looking around, and by looking around, I mean I was on like my hands and knees, like kind of like feeling all around the bed. I felt inside the jewelry box, of course, and the nightstand, and I was like, uh-oh, I'm starting to have no idea where this thing might actually be. And then about 2 or 3 days ago, I started to get a little bit worried. Not like it's the most valuable thing in the world. Banana's ring is valuable. Mine's just sentimental, I guess. Excuse me. But I didn't want to lose it.
At Ricky James. Robles.
So, okay, there's that. Is there only one? This thing is not reliable. Not even remotely reliable. Come on, I want to hear one more. All right, so what I did, apparently, because the thing's loose, it's a 9
At Ultimate Wolf 7505 on YouTube. Said you love the vibes all the time. Keep doing what you do. Saracam 7808 on Twitch said both I and someone else in the mod group are looking for our wedding rings as well. I swear, it happens in 3.
It does. You hear what's going on right there?
Saracam 2 Delapin 0 Lapin on Twitch said, OMG, no way.
Yep, it's a Pete Gustin text-to-speech voice. I don't like it. It's kind of creepy. I don't like the way it sounds. I don't know why it's just reading like it's being very picky and just picking.
And Rocco Baronato Music on YouTube said, can you do a Scottish accent?
I suppose I could. I wonder if Robo Pete could do
Angel,
a Scottish accent.
3 fries on Twitch.
Oh, and then it decided not to read that one. So it's kind of a fun little system.
And Terminate 1 on YouTube said, LOL.
Yeah, that's me. Said LOL.
Saracam 78.
Why does it keep... Ugh, it's so frustrating that it starts to read them and then stops. But
At Chester McFly 420 on YouTube said, how did you get your voice on here?
Well, I don't
At
like
Samuel Reynolds BUF on YouTube said, yeah, that is hilarious. Tunnel Snaky Thundered. Oh, at on tick.
I don't even have to do the show anymore. I can just let you guys program what I'm supposed to
Saracam
say.
7808 on Twitch said, we don't need you anymore, Pete.
Exactly. Just you.
At Mateja's.
Oh, come on, stupid thing. Read the messages, would you? I talked to them about that. They said I get too
At
many.
Joni BC on YouTube said, I like you reading the chat.
Yeah, I don't like me reading the chat. It's creepy.
At If Not Friend, Why Friend Shaped.
Come on. They said the Q gets too jacked up and the voice.
At Chester McFly 420 on YouTube said, it sounds so good, like it sounds just like you. This is amazing.
I don't know about that.
Angel 3 fries on Twitch said, in theaters this Friday. At Samuel Reynolds Buff on YouTube.
That's pretty funny.
Sarah.
In theaters this Friday. I don't think I really do my reads like that. This is why AI is never going to replace me. I mean, does it sound like me? I guess, but it has no idea how to actually be me. It can sound like me, but it doesn't know how to be me. I'm not sure how long I can deal with that. That's too weird. Oh, there. Did it die already? Jeez. The queue. I can flush out. I can pause it, flush out the queue, and then start it again. That's what they told me. They said it's supposed to be used for like special circumstances. Like those voices are supposed to be used. God, I'm crying here because hearing me talk to me is just too much.
At IOM250 on YouTube said, it doesn't have your inflection.
It doesn't have my inflection. I don't know why it's so funny to me. People were hating on Snoop Dogg yesterday. I like the Kermit voice. People hate on Snoop Dogg. And so I went in there and programmed. I gave it a minute.
Siracum 7808 on Twitch said, "What? That's cool. Surprised though."
I went in there and gave it a
Tunnel Snake 101
hey, Rainbow
on
Warrior.
TikTok said,
Thanks for following.
"You should definitely be a DJ for GTA 6."
They didn't ask me. I didn't
S. Tomi Gula on Twitch said Kermit was the best.
see. I liked Kermit, but people thought Kermit
At
was
Chester
weird.
McFly 420 on YouTube said, "This is a movie that you can go see with your."
Oh, I got cut off. It was probably going to have a funny line to it, too. It's so frustrating. I sent the...
At Kingdom of Laosa on YouTube said hello.
Hello, Kingdom of
At
Laosa.
Of Laosa on YouTube.
And then it pronounces it differently every time. Sometimes it's a question, sometimes it's
Sarah
not.
Cam
Oh, jeez. And that's it. The fact that it like starts to read it and quits and quit.
at AJ Live Pride on YouTube said, "How is your day?"
How is your day? How is your day?
At Joni BC on YouTube said, "Pete, I ran out of socks and underwear. I'm sending my clothes your way to be washed."
Okay.
At Jose Gonzalez 2077 on YouTube said, "Great work on the intro."
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Sarah Cam 7808 on Twitch said, "I wonder if I can get one for my voice and pretend to be at work when I'm not."
I think you possibly could. I think they have the
At
technology.
Terminape, one on YouTube, said my favorite was either Snoop or Pete, but I am thinking.
Oh, jeez. Why does it... Whatever. There is no answer. There is no answer.
At Kingdom of Lausa on YouTube said, "Lausa."
Lausa? Lausa?
At AJ Live Pride on YouTube said, "Good."
Good. Okay.
Tunnel Snake 101 on TikTok said, "I will make my GTA Online character look like you."
Cool. Then I get to be in GTA one way or another. I literally feel like I should just not
At Chester McFly 420 on YouTube said, "Go see my grandmom the zombie with your grandmother. I promise you she won't turn into a zombie coming to a theater near you
on coming to a theater near you on December 31st. There, I'll finish it for you.
Sarahcam 7808 on Twitch said, "This is a lot of fun."
I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. I don't
At Terminap, one on YouTube said, "I was thinking Snoop."
I still have Snoop. Snoop is still here.
Pete Augustin's robot on Twitch said,
Oh,
"Welcome."
I don't want
Pete
my-
hears your messages
my
through
robot.
text-to-speech when he
Pause
triggers
that.
the chat lady. To
The
get your
chat
message heard
lady.
immediately, send a super chat on YT of $3 or more.
Okay.
On Twitch, send 200 bitses or more.
Bitses. Did I misspell that? It said bitses? All right, I had to stop that thing. It's too ludicrous. Welcome. And so to finish my my little story, I found the ring because it's a 9.5. It's a very big ring, and it just fits. Oh, I almost missed it. It fits on my finger. It fits over the knuckle. It's pretty snug, but as soon as it gets wet, it's like, slippery when wet. The old Bon Jovi album. It'll slide right off. And so the other day, I don't remember what day it was because I've been missing this damn thing for so long. I apparently was about to get into the pool and at the last minute realized, oh, I shouldn't get into the pool in this because if it slides off my finger, I'll never find it again. So I put it right up against the thing that the waterfall comes out of. I can imagine my brain at the point. I was like, if I put it right here, it's where I normally put my phone or a paper towel or something. It's where I put my stuff normally, but it was the ring was literally sitting outside next to the pool by the waterfall for I think probably 8 or 9 days at this point, and I just happened to be over there and doinked it with my toe, and fortunately didn't kick it into the pool and was able to recover it. I knew I didn't lose it out and about, but Steve has been known to steal stuff and hide at different places. We have the greatest cleaning ladies ever. Great to have them because I am not a good cleaner. I don't know what's dirty. I don't know what's not dirty. But they've been known to put things in places that make sense to them. Might not make a lot of sense to me. But this time it was me. It was all me. I took it off right before I got in the pool. So it's back. I'm married again. Yay for me. It is a Friday morning here. We are live on all your favorite platforms. We're on Twitch, horizontal and vertical. We're on YouTube, horizontal and vertical. We're on TikTok, vertical, and by popular demand, I've started doing the show vertical on Facebook. It used to be horizontal, and people got tired of turning their phones sideways, so it's also vertical on Facebook. If you guys are enjoying that, glad to appease. Let's see, is this thing?
Let's hope this isn't the beginning of our rebel at Kingdom ___Leosa.
Wait, let's hope this isn't the beginning
like
of
plastic.
what? what looks like, not plastic. This ring is definitely
Linda
not.
says happy Friday, happy Friday. I hope you have a great weekend.
I also have
At Chester Fly 420 says, hey, who do you think is the most famous voice actor of all time?
Probably Don LaFontaine.
Angel 3 Fry says the marriage is saved. Kidding.
It is. It is.
At Cathevans 3251 says hi.
Hi. No, hear my own voice in my head that not the robot voice. This thing it's 100% not plastic.
At
This
Paul
is
Crawford 5209 says
here
good
we go.
morning, darling.
Good morning. I can clank it on this. Ready? Wait, is there anything metal in here? What can I clank it on that's metal?
Saracom 7808 says it's such a cool ring.
There we go.
At AJ Leadfried says highway to hell.
I don't know if that makes it sound more. Thunk. It is. It's like an Irish knot, Irish braid. But Banana said it also kind of like reminds her of waves. And as it was described
says,
to
I
me,
did that to my room and it looks 20 years old now. It's all scratched.
it's silver with like black inlays, I guess. Oh hell, it's hot in here this morning. So
At
last
Chester
night,
Fly 420 says, when's the last time you went surfing?
Sunday.
At Terminate 1 says, have you
no.
ever heard the song Coward of the County by Kenny Rogers?
Saturday. No, I don't listen to a lot of Kenny Rogers. I only get to surf on the weekends. I never get to go out during the weekday. If I ever leave, it's like the curse. Like if I stay home all day, in the evening, then I don't get any voiceover requests. But the moment I decide to go out to, like if Banana wants to grab a bite like on a Tuesday or a Thursday or something, or if I ever decide that I want to go surfing, then that is 100% chance that someone's going to need me to do something and I have to come running back to the house. So basically, I just kind of work 10 to 12 hours a day, Monday through Friday, and then I do my workout for about an hour at the end of the day, and then Banana and I hang out in the evenings, spend some time together. We actually get to see each other for maybe like an hour every day. Yesterday, oh my God, like the worst house chore, Like, what do you think the worst house chore is? This is one. It's not one you have to do very often. But we're having new carpeting installed today, and oh my God! So we're going with a company that told us we have to clear out the rooms. Like moving is bad. Like if you've ever moved, like everybody's moved, it's the worst. You pack up everything you own into boxes and put it on a truck, and then you always own way more stuff than you think you do. Oh, I'm like dying of heat in here today. Thank you for setting it to 77. Not as bad as I was yesterday. So it was like, it was like 80 degrees in the evening, and Banana and I are taking all of the furniture out of 2 of the bedrooms up here. And, she's, God love her, she's strong for her size, but she's 102 pounds, and we're moving like heavy dressers and furniture and beds and bedding and those Tempur-Pedic mattresses that weigh 1,000,000 pounds. And it's the work, because at least when you're moving, you can like make progress, like take this stuff out of the bedroom, bring it downstairs, bring it outside, like get it ready to be moved and taken out of the house. What we were doing was like this horrible game of Tetris. And we had to like leave room for the carpet people to get upstairs. We basically shoved all of our belongings into one of the walk-in closets in the bedroom. And this morning, I'm always talking about like how difficult it is, or how not difficult it is getting around my own house as a blind person. It's because the furniture never moves. And I totally tried to put a mental map in my head last night. I was like, all right, there's a nightstand in the middle of the bathroom. I was like, there's a dresser like leading into my studio. There's like stuff in all places that we'd never. And I woke up this morning, found my phone, found my shirt I was gonna wear. I did pretty good, and then I completely forgot that blocking the entrance to this office, I'd left a dresser, like not a small dresser either, like one that's like up to my nose, like a big dresser. And I was like all proud of myself. I navigated one of the bedrooms, I navigated the loft, I got to the bathroom, I went across the hallway, and then thunk right into the stupid dresser. I was like, oh my God. And then the best part is we get to put it all back again tomorrow or at the end of the day today. But, Skylar, our little 9.5-pound love dog, she peed maybe 1 or 13 times too many on our carpets, and they just weren't surviving anymore. So it was time to get them done. This one in here, this carpet's going to be here forever.
Fly 420 says, is your wife's name Banana?
It is. My wife is Banana. See? Banana. I've got a banana on my shirt. I had that picked out last night, and I know it's the banana shirt because she told me that's the banana shirt, and I put it next to my bed last night and threw it on this morning. I did say that we've, let's see if I can find it. I think that we've finally got some, press that. We've got some Check Pete's voicemail for better or worse. I'm not sure if they're,
Saracom 7808 says, how do you guys plan to keep her from doing the same thing to this carpet?
Good question.
Now it's time to check Pete's voicemail on the Blind Surfer Show.
Not getting a lot of phone calls to 760-517-6844. Well, I should take that back. I'm getting a lot of nonsense phone calls, people asking, how do I know when I'm done wiping? A lot of people use the phone number, like, not gonna lie. A lot of people use the phone number and they're like, hey, give me a call sometime. We could talk. And like, I mean, that's flattering. That's nice. But like, my schedule is crazy. And also, like, I don't know you. I don't know who you are. You're random people that are just, they call the phone number and they're like, let's talk about stuff. So you can call 760-517-6844 any time of the day or night. If you got something interesting to say, you can leave it on the voicemail message. I'm told that some of these are interesting and some of these are not. Let's see what we got in here and if it's going to work.
I don't know what to say.
Sounds like
but
Butthead.
How you do blind stuff.
I
Bye.
guess that falls into the category of not interesting. How you do blind stuff. I mean, same way anybody does anything. Practice, repetition, not giving up.
Hi, brother. Was just watching the stream. I would have to agree. I do not like Snoop Dogg either as a person or media personality. I think he needs to drop the gangster act and act his age. Alrighty, have a good one.
I guess that one's coming up because a few minutes ago you heard the text-to-speech voice being my voice, but I also have access to Snoop Dogg and Kermit the Frog. And Brooks was saying he didn't like Snoop Dogg. I don't know. I have a hard time. I mean, it's funny. You think you'd hate someone that's like such a sellout. Like he'll sell anything. I mean, like anything. I have a bit of a hard time hating him. He just seems, I don't know. I feel like when we were pitching the Blind Surfer cartoon, they were actually trying to consider reaching out to Snoop Dogg to see if he'd be interested to play the voice of Super Dog, just kind of like cool, laid back. But I guess, what's the thing? Like, it's like a Marvel universe thing. Like heroes, you either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain. And I don't know if Snoop Dogg's a villain yet, but he definitely doesn't have the shine on him that he used to for a long time.
Hi, Pete. It's Joni. I was just calling in to say hi and to credit you for being kind of a badass. Well, not kind of, a total badass when it comes to eye exams. I just got done with a horrible one, and I think you're amazing for everything that you have gone through, and I just wanted you to know that. Have a good show.
Well, thank you. Doing my best to have a good show. Good to hear your voice, Joni. The eye exam that I went through, I don't know which one you went through. I told it on the show and have put it out as a short a couple of times where you put yourself in that like half dome and they just flash lights at your eyes, which of course are just the most headache and painful inducing thing in the world. I don't feel like I was much of a badass for it. I felt like I was kind of an idiot for it, just sitting there like letting them do that to me. And I knew it was bad for me. I knew it was going to cause me a headache. And they told me that like it's good to get a baseline to figure out where your vision is and where it's going. And to this day, like I don't know, I feel like I was abused in that thing. And there's a fine line, I feel like a very fine line in science between them gathering information for the sake of information and then gathering information that's going to help you. And I don't know if that one ever helped me. Like I could have, like if they were trying to gauge, like, do you go blind from Stargardt disease? Why, yes, you do. Imagine that. I didn't really need to like go through that whole test to have them tell me that. We do have one more Check Pete's voicemail. 760-517-6844 is the phone number if you want to call any time of the day or night. If you got something that you want to put in the voicemail that isn't, hey Pete, give me a call. We should talk about music. You can leave it and it might get played on the show.
Hello, Pete. I have a question regarding some personal life advice. You might be able to recognize me by this voice or maybe not, but I'm going to keep my name off the air just in case.
Okay.
But I have a crush on a girl at school, and I'm a bit of a coward when it comes to that regard.
Everybody is.
Would you happen to have any advice for me? If not, understandable. If this gets on the show, thank you for your time. And to Pete's friend who screens these, have a great day. You might not hear that very often.
Well, it's actually another friend of mine who happens to have the name Pete. And it's not me. It's not an imaginary version. It's another friend of mine who's named Pete. If you have a crush on a girl, like you're a bit of a coward. Like there was always like that one guy in my school. My friend was Mike, and he was like never afraid to approach girls. And he got dates, and he was like the first one to get the date to the prom or the semi or whatever was going on because he wasn't afraid. Most people are afraid, especially these days, because it's I feel like it's extra scary now. You can get put on blast if you ask a girl out and she says no. But I will tell you that like even like 3 decades later, I still remember the girls that I was like afraid to ask out because you never got the answer. Like the answer could have been no, but it could have been yes. And like I don't know if I was gonna marry my 8th grade sweetheart. But the girl that I had a crush on in 8th grade, I ended up taking to my senior prom, but she dated a handful of other guys in between those 2 points. And by the time we ended up dating, we were in different places and didn't really get along that great. But I always wondered, like, what if I was like her first boyfriend? What if I was like her first crush that she dated? And I can remember 3 or 4 different girls that 4 specifically, that I didn't ask out because I was like scared. And then, years later, I was like, what was I scared of? She was going to say no. And then like, maybe her friends are going to be like, he asked you out. But like, what if she said yes? Like the upside to it, to asking a girl out, the upside is so much higher than the downside is like a momentary, like, oh, that's kind of embarrassing. She said no. But also, I feel like when you're in junior high or high school, wherever that caller is from, you kind of know the answer to it. Like you generally know somebody who knows somebody, and you have a good sense of, is this girl going to say yes or no? And even if you don't, it's such an upside bet that I feel like, I'm telling you, it sounds weird. There's like not a lot of things I remember from high school and junior high school that stick with me, but like the girls that I didn't take a shot and ask out are definitely one of them. So I would suggest, if there's a girl that you got a crush on, and like I said, like you probably got a good feeling as to whether or not you're going to say it. It's not like being a grown up and being out at a bar and just walking up to some random girl that's at the bar and be like, hey, can I get your number? Can I buy you a drink? Like you don't know. She could be married, and she could have accidentally left her wedding ring sitting by the pool at her house at home. And she's going to be like, no, and my husband's right there, and he's going to pound your face in for hitting on me. I mean, that asking someone out in the real world is a lot scarier than someone in your school that you probably know the answer to. So, long story short, I say take your shot. It can't.
Saracom 7808 says, I'll ask Danny next week if he asked Cole.
Cole? Oh, I think we just outed who that was and who he's going to ask out. I think you just did. Or maybe I just did by pressing that button and putting it up there. So
63 says, have you surfed on Coronado Beach?
No, I've been down to Coronado Beach. I went down there one time just for a little visit, but I did not surf down there. I've only ever surfed my entire life, and I've been surfing for 10 years at this point. I've surfed from La Jolla up to Oceanside, which is, I don't know, what's that, like a 20-mile stretch? I only started surfing when I moved out here. And once I moved out here,
Terminate one says, Pete, that was me. You probably knew that. But what if rumors spread and I become even more of an outcast?
Even more of an outcast. I mean, well, I don't. It kind of goes to, like I said, like you should have some sense of. All right, there was a guy that I used to hang out with. That was, I don't know how to not be mean about this. I'll just be frank. The guy I used to hang out with was not the most attractive guy in the world. Didn't have the greatest sense of style, didn't have the greatest looks, didn't have the greatest job. Super nice guy. I liked him. I enjoyed hanging out with him, but he wasn't the pick of the litter, let's put it that way. And for some reason, this guy always always, every time we went out, we went to a club or bar, talking about like when we were in our 20s, he would always approach the hottest girl in the place. Like, you know, I don't know if you're not old enough to go, there's always like one girl at the place that's like, whoa, that's like the hottest girl here. And for some reason, he would always approach the hottest girl, and he came in hot every time, like moving out to the dance floor, putting his hands on her waist, and she'd look at this guy like, what, like, go away, like, why are you even touching me? And saying that, not just to be mean to one of my old friends, but he should have known better. Like, don't go, you're not going to get the hottest girl. And he didn't know better. It was crazy. Like, every day I was like, I can't believe these stupid girls, they don't want to, you know, I'm a good dancer, I'm out there, I'm making an effort. And I'm like, yeah, but like, you know, read the room, read the temperature, look at the numbers. Like, you're not going to get that one. So I'd like to think, Danny, maybe you're a little more self-aware than that friend I used to have. I pointed the fan right at my face, and it's like literally making me cry all morning. I mean, if there's this one girl in school that's like the cutest girl in the whole school, and every guy's asking her out to every dance, and you stand a 5% chance of her going out with you, and I say taking your shot has a high upside, but you do point out the fact that there could be a downside. Like, if you're this dude that's never going to get that girl to ask you out or to go out with you, and then she turns you down, yeah, in the school ecosystem, you could get made fun of more. But I feel like you know the answer to this. Like, is this girl interested in you or not? Do you stand a shot? And I'd say at a 50-50. If you think there's a 50% chance that she's going to say yes, I would probably take the take the shot.
Says she originally told me she could never be with a blind guy, and I changed her mind.
You know,
Matt Honker says go back to bed too early. How are ya feeling today, sir?
What's going on, LT?
Saracom 7808 says I love that blind husband.
It does feel a little bit early this morning. I wake up in the morning before the birds start chirping, but I kind of I do like starting my day doing this show.
Saracom 7808 says, hey there, LT.
Kind of like, hey, LT. Nice way to like start the day, but also by the time, so I usually work until 6 every day.
Saracom 7808 says, when you had more severe vision loss and you were dating, how did you determine what was attractive to you?
I know. So, well, hold on, let me finish that thought. So by the time, I finish reading about 6 o'clock, but I'm starting the day at 6 o'clock. So I'm putting in 12-hour work days. And this is fun, but it's also, you know, I'm not relaxing. I'm not just sitting in the pool hanging out. So it is like kind of a 12-hour work day, every day. And that does seem like kind of a lot. So I met Banana 13 years ago, and 13 years of vision loss is a lot. Like, how I could see back then versus how I could see now, hugely different. I was never able to see, by the time I was like of dating age, I could never look across a bar or a restaurant or a room at a party or anything and be like, ooh, that girl's cute. Like, for most of my time of dating, I could see shapes. I could be like, that girl's thin, that girl's bigger, that girl's tall, that girl's wearing purple. like that was about it. Everybody was like kind of like a block figure. And then if I got within 5 feet, I could maybe see the clothing she was wearing. I was like, all right, I couldn't see what she was wearing at all. I thought it was just a silhouette. And then I get closer, I'm like, okay, she has a skirt on. And then if I get like close enough to have a conversation, maybe I'm thinking like in my 30s here, because that's what I was when I met Banana. There was no, I couldn't see the color of her eyes, and I couldn't see if she had any wrinkles or lines. Everybody had like perfect skin to me in my 30s. And I'm talking about like close, like we were at a party, a house party, and it's kind of loud, and we're trying to talk. Thank you for the follow on YouTube. That's Skylar on the screen right there. The one that's making it so I have to replace these carpets today. So I do remember when I met Banana. I'm not a hugger. I've done videos about this before. I've said I'm just not a hugger. I don't like it. But when I was doing the online dating thing, when I first met the girl that I was going to be on the date with, I would come in for a hug, and it would allow me to like get it like close enough. I'm like, oh, okay, I can see her face. Still, I didn't know that Banana had blue eyes until she told me. I could never see that kind of detail. But you know, hugging her, I got a sense of what her body felt like. And then as we came in for the hug, I kind of like looked real close. I'm like, all right, that's what her face looks like. That's cool. And like any human being. I was gonna say guy, but like any human being, I was attracted to what I was attracted to, and I had a sense of what I liked, and I definitely liked Banana. I thought she was really hot when I first met her. I was like, yes, because you never know, you never know what you're gonna get when you're doing online dating. But she was definitely, and I learned over time, she was definitely not the kind of person who was gonna put up a false front. Like, she is who she is, and she was exactly what her pictures were. So. Yeah, but these days, though, if she were ever to
The
dump...
Glint husband says people said it was unrealistic to want a pretty blonde with blue eyes, and I should lower my standards because I was blind.
Yeah, well, if these days, if I was to, get dumped by Banana and to start all over again, I don't know what I'd... I don't know. But Nisha asked me that before. She like just straight up asked, she's like, now that you can't see, would you date an ugly girl? And I'm like, huh. That's an interesting question. It's mean to say, but just for the sake of the conversation. Not like I walk around like, especially these days, I don't know, like who's ugly, who's attractive, I don't know. But she's like, just for the sake of argument, would you date an ugly girl? Like, I wouldn't be, I like wouldn't look into her face every morning as I woke up. Would it bother me knowing that I was ugly? It's the most shallow conversation I've ever had. And I'm having it with myself, which makes it even worse. I don't know. Like, I don't feel like I'm ugly. This is such a weird conversation. And I totally, Nisha got mad at me. She's like, why? Why do you care? Why don't you leave the pretty girls for the people that can see them? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I feel like even though I can't see the person, I would want to know that they were still pretty. I don't know. Yes, obviously personality is hugely important. I also think at this point, voice, like the quality of their voice is super important. Like, I wouldn't be with someone who's pretty just because they're pretty. If I hated them, obviously, like you first and foremost have to get along with the person, especially if you're looking for a long-term relationship. Because after a while, that whole like, "Ooh, she's so hot," like it never really goes away, but it definitely becomes less important. It's like, okay, can we get along? Can we live together? Can we survive being human beings in this world together? Like, that becomes important. But it was funny, Nisha asking me like, would I be with an ugly girl? My brain keeps telling me no. Like, I should have to be. I don't know, man. I don't know what's wrong with me. Because it really shouldn't matter. But I feel like me walking down the street as a blind guy, if I was with some girl that was just funny looking or something, I feel like people would be like, oh, he doesn't even know. And I don't know why I would care, but I don't plan on having to make that choice. Hopefully Banana and I are both in each other's lives until death do us part. That is the
United
plan,
Wrestling Federation says no.
No. What United Wrestling Federation? What are we saying no to? I don't know. That's the problem with just popping in every now and then. I don't know.
Saracom 7808 says I'm dying laughing over here.
Yeah, I'm cracking myself up.
Husband says I really upset a bunch of girls in Miami because I paid them absolutely no attention where everybody else was all over them because I couldn't see them.
That happened to me.
Kingdom of Leosa says more than.
And my friend Pete
Matt Honker
one time.
says I prefer the early show. I'm getting ready for work as usual. I like waking up with Pete in a non-creepy way.
In a non-creepy way.
Adma Tejasbrun says Pete is in California.
I like the people that prefer waking up with me in a creepy way. I remember my friend Pete and I back in Boston. We were at a bar called, I think it was called The Office, and it was down in the Faneuil Hall area. And the Boston girls all kind of look similar, like in any area. Like if you're in New York, there's New York girls. If you're in Texas, there's Texas girls.
United Wrestling Federation says I was asked if I was in Russia, I think.
Oh, okay. And we were in Boston at a Boston bar, and there were two girls that were clearly Florida girls, like Miami girls. You could just tell they had the outfits and the hair, and they were definitely, they had the tan and the bleach blonde thing going on. They did not look like Boston girls, and somehow, some way, like Pete was distracted. I think he was like trying to get us the drinks, and I could see them across the bar. Like they stood out so much. Like all the Boston girls were wearing like gray and brown and black and dark green and burgundy and all those dark colors that just basically made them invisible to me at this point. I was probably 29, years old, I think. So I needed contrast at that point. If it was a dark room and people were wearing dark clothes, I'm like, well, I can't see you at all. But there were like these two beacons. Like one was wearing like a white belly shirt, and the other one had like a cheetah print skirt on. Like they definitely like, I'm like, I can see them, but not good enough. I couldn't see them good enough to like make eye contact. Like I could never make eye contact with anybody ever. And I also didn't want to be a creep that was like staring, but like I noticed they were there. I definitely noticed they were there. And the whole time Pete was at the bar, like, he said like, oh, I wonder where those girls are from. Definitely Miami. We're pretty sure. And, he's trying to get the drinks. And I'm like basically trying not to stare at these girls. But a part of me was like, I need to like squint harder. I want to see like exactly what they look like. I wish I could see. And after like 10 minutes or so, they come walking right over to me. Pete's like about to get the drinks. And I forget exactly, like they both walked up. They're like, they were like pissed. They were like, you're just going to stand there ignoring us all night? What are you two guys, gay for each other? And I'm like, huh? And they just walked away. And I'm like, and he's like, what did you do? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what I did. But apparently, like, they were trying to get my eye. And I couldn't. I'm literally crying here between the fan blowing at me and the friggin' story I just told a minute ago. But, like, I was not giving them the appropriate attention. That's what Blind Husband said, making all the girls mad because you're not paying attention. Like I wasn't paying enough attention to it. They knew they were the hottest girls in the bar, and they were expecting everybody to be like fawning all over them. Now, most of the guys in the bar were obviously afraid, like, well, I'm not going to approach those two. They're like out of the league, like they're scary. And there's me, who they could tell, like I don't know, they could probably tell, like I was kind of looking at them, but I was like, looking, and they got pissed. They were totally pissed. Like in their heads, they're like, we should be getting. I mean, not only did they walk up and tell me and my friend Pete that we should date each other, basically, but they left the bar. They were so upset they weren't getting enough attention that the two of them left the bar. And then Pete was like, well, why didn't you try harder to look at them? Because it would have been quite the win if we could have got those two girls' attention for the evening, but I couldn't see them.
Leosa says Pepsi.
Pepsi is a choice of a new generation. I'm a big fan of Pepsi. I like Pepsi. I think as a kid I liked it better than Coca-Cola.
Saracom 7808 says right blind husband.
And
the blind husband says, and I got the prettiest one, LOL.
Nice. Good.
Manny Puma says, hey Pete,
hey,
I love your content. What's your favorite blind sport? After surf.
Well,
United Wrestling Federation says Pepsi Phil.
I don't know what my favorite blind sport would be.
Sunrose 8 says, I guess blind people have no choice but to be less shallow in general. Or I guess they could judge people by their voice instead of looks.
Well, you can be.
Terminate 1 says, oh yay, I know dang well I ain't attractive and my personality ain't even the best. But yay, I'll take your advice and start weighing out better. I am an amateur gambler after all.
Go for it. I mean, you got great hair. Brooks has told me that you have fantastic hair, Danny, so I wouldn't put yourself down too much. I mean, a nice head of hair can go a long way. Girls might like enjoy braiding your hair, doing different styles of it. I mean, look at Josh, my surf coach, with his big, handsome head of hair. He landed himself a beautiful girl by the name of Danielle. Someone asked, the blind people, they said blind people have the choice to be less shallow. I mean, if you live in a vacuum, I'm going back, I'm going to get myself in trouble talking about this, like blind guy talking about hot chicks, like it just sounds wrong. But also, like, we all have friends, we all are, and it's nice to know, like, like I don't drive a car, but I feel like people it's nice for people to like say, like, hey, I like your car, you got a nice car. People decorate your house, like, hey, I like the way that you decorated your house. And now I'm really going to get myself in trouble because I'm not trying to objectify women entirely, but I'm just saying that people compliment things. I mean, they could also say your wife is really nice, your girlfriend's really sweet, your wife is extraordinarily helpful and caring. Like they can say people can say nice or mean things about anything in your life. And I would think that if you were a blind person and you were with someone, let's just say you were with, let's go outside of the realm of possibility and say that you decided to be with Princess Fiona, the green ogre who married King Shrek. Let's say that that's who you married. And this is a real world person. And you're a blind person. You don't know what Princess Fiona or Queen Fiona looks like. You can't see it. She's a big green ogre with a giant pot belly. It looks like an offensive lineman, the color of the Incredible Hulk. Let's just say you have no idea. And she's the sweetest person in the world. And she's very helpful. And you love her. And you have a great relationship. But you have friends and you live in the world, and all the time they're either making reference to it or pointing out the fact that you're with an ogre. It might not feel great, and you're not going to see Princess Fiona the ogre that you've married, but everybody else sees her, and I feel like that would kind of seep in and creep in and get into your subconscious. So, I mean, yes, you could choose to be entirely not shallow as a blind person and date Shrek's wife, which I don't want to be in a throuple with Fiona and Shrek.
The blind husband just redeemed blind guy taste test.
Oh.
Time for Pete to grab a goodie from the bucket.
Morning taste test.
It's time now for a blind guy taste test.
I did put something in here. Oh, there was a. Oh, no, never mind. Hold on. Let me grab the bucket. Let me see what's in this bucket that I could have for the morning. All right. You know what? Hold on. Yeah.
At YouTube Statworthy says Shrek's wife was hotter as an ogre.
Yeah, that's a weird take. That's Pop Rocks. I don't have Pop Rocks in the morning. That's what do I have here? This seems like it could be breakfasty. I don't know.
Saracom 7808 says this man said offensive lineman, Lord have mercy on wide-shouldered women.
All right.
Angel 3 Fry says yum yum yum.
I knew I was going to get myself
Sidlin Husband says he really needs to take the blind guy taste test out of the show in the morning. It's so unhealthy, lol.
This
Kingdom of Laosa says, "You sure you're not affiliated with the Russian Federation?"
Me? What did I do? This could be. This feels like someone told me that I had cowtails in there, and
husband says, "I love Pete. He just says it how it is. No filters."
Well, I'm supposed to have a filter, especially when I'm like broadcasting and people could record this stuff. I mean, I don't know, man. This one might not be the worst thing to have in the morning.
Matt Honker says liking a woman that respects her body and takes care of herself is not objectifying.
There you go.
Davidloyan 7785 says, "Yo, hello."
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Hello, what's going on?
Says, how many Pepsi you drink a day?
0. I don't drink soda. I mean, I used to, but I don't drink soda. Every once in a while, I'll have a root beer.
Davidloyan 7785 says, "Hello."
So the blind husband.
7808 says badly built women are just catching strays left and right.
I started oh jeez, okay. So blind husband redeemed 4,000 channel points, which I feel like is a lot. I think you only get like 250 for watching an hour show or something like that. So he redeemed a lot of points to have me do this. There's when you're watching me on Twitch, which by the way, those guys owe me another front page. News on that hopefully coming in the next week or so again. When you watch, you earn channel points for watching me, and you can redeem it for me doing a voiceover voice for 90 seconds, or no, 2 minutes. You can redeem it for listening to just the text-to-speech voice, and you can redeem a blind guy taste test, which is what the blind husband just did. Hold on, I'm going to clear that. Let's see if I can get this thing activated again. It takes so long to get going, but I'm going to open this, whatever the heck it is. If that side is upside right, or maybe that side is upside right. All I know is that I'm holding it forwards toward the camera, because this part, that seam, that is never the front. So let's see.
At Xander, Olivier, Jay on YouTube said, "Hello again, Pete Gustin. I am the guy from South Africa who plays the didgeridoo."
Nice. What's up, didgeridoo player?
The blind husband on Twitch said, at Saracam7808, "This is the best way to wake up with a few laughs."
I'm glad you enjoy. And there's me
at
again.
David Moyen 7785 on YouTube said, "I'm a big fan."
Cool. It's weird. You know what's super weird about that?
On Twitch said, "Let me put these weights down before Pete calls me a linebacker."
Oh God. But hearing that voice, now that the text-to-speech voice is my voice, I just said, "I'm a big fan of me." This is so weird. This is why the text-to-speech voice should not be me. I'm a big fan. Why, thank you. I love you. I love you too. You're the best. Oh, as are you.
People need to hear harsh truths in a world of beautiful lies.
All right. What did I get here? It feels like, oh, you know what? It feels like,
Sunrose8 on Twitch said, "I do not know what you are about to eat is. It just says crown."
I don't know what it is either. Okay.
The blind husband on Twitch said, "It sounds fucking smooth. Bro, radio quality?"
I don't know about that.
Hopeful Toast on Twitch said, "Good morning, everyone."
Good morning, everyone. Hopeful Toast.
Big Funny Giant on Twitch said,
Oh, Big Funny Giant, who just resubscribed yesterday. I appreciate that, but your message got cut off.
Bad Karma, 8,586 on YouTube said, join the council.
The council? Hey.
Sarah Cam, 7808 on Twitch said, can't tell what it is.
Tastes like
The
butter?
Blind Husband on Twitch said, sorry, I don't know how that swearing slipped out of
you. I don't like
Sun
this.
Rose 8 on Twitch said, I am Pete, and I hate banana.
No, don't make me say that.
At David Loyan 7785 on YouTube said, it looks yummy.
It's not yummy. It tastes healthy. I'll tell you what it tastes. I'll tell you exactly what this tastes like.
At United Wrestling Federation on YouTube said, it's like you're sweet talking to yourself.
Sweet talk. Hey, baby. Hey. You've got a sexy voice. Oh, yeah.
The Blind Husband on Twitch said, does the speed gusting on KBBL?
What? Speed gusting?
Angel, 3 Fries on Twitch said, never had butter for breakfast.
Butter for breakfast. Oh, yeah. Come on, talk sexy to me, Mr. Sexy Voice
At
Guy.
IOM250 on YouTube said, do you like your content to be lighthearted, or do you like your content to be serious, or both?
That wasn't sexy. That was just a serious
Big Funny
question.
Giant on Twitch said, yeah, it's got to be really weird hearing.
Yeah, it is really weird hearing my voice. And it's kind of robotic. It's got like a flange to it.
Sunrose 8 on Twitch said, when did I make this new awesome voice?
I made this new awesome voice yesterday.
The Blind Husband on Twitch said, this is Pete Gustin.
Oh, you were going to make me say
At
something.
Fordman6969NH on YouTube said, looks like doggy cookie.
It tastes like doggy cookie. I was going to see if it said something else. So what I did yesterday is there's this program. It's like create a clone voice, and they tell you to come up with 60 seconds.
At David Loyan 7785 on YouTube said, is it annoying that you hear our voices while you try to talk?
I mean, but if I didn't, there I can.
At Juan 2 Yake on YouTube said, did someone pre-approve what you're about to eat?
No. Well, I guess. Brooks has been through this bucket a bunch of times. If there was like dog poop in there, he would have taken it out. So, yeah. This new, God, this is terrible. It's probably the safest thing for me to eat for breakfast because everything else in there is like a sour gummy or candy or sweet or something like that. This tastes, I have too many thoughts in my head all at once. Lumia Stream is the new service that has the text-to-speech voice, and they allow you to do a clone voice, and they tell you to just do like a minute of talking, and then you have to transcribe what you said, and so you upload the script, then you upload the minute of talking, and that's what I did. I did like a minute of script and put it in there, and I actually thought about doing it like, I forget what the first line of it was. It was something like, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be interesting. So I said it normally. They said, say it like you're talking to someone. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be interesting. But I thought about doing like a trailer version of it. Like, I don't know what's about to happen, but it's going to be interesting. Like, I thought about doing a trailer version, but that seemed extra weird. I'm going to have to ask, I'll eat this whole thing because, Blind Husband redeemed 4,000 points for it. Don't rip it. I don't want to rip it. Don't rip it. I'm going to ask one of my AI robots what this is. Let me see what I was just eating. Let's see. Google Gemini has been really good at recognition lately because I paid the extra money. Talk live. Turn off video streaming, which means turning it on. All right. Hey, Slappy, what is... my alarm just went off at the exact moment I was about to do that. How do I... Voiceover on. That was really crappy timing. I don't want more options. How do I turn off the... How do I turn off my... It's really annoying. This isn't very easy to do with... No. No. I know you don't. I'm trying to turn off my app switcher. Gemini, close Gemini. How do I turn off the stupid alarm? I'm sure this would be easy if there was if I could see it was going. There are some things that they have not figured out with text-to-speech yet. All right, I was able to stop the alarm for a second. Talk live. Let's go back to this. Good timing. Like the moment I reach for my phone. All right. Yeah, shut up. Slappy, what am I holding right here? What is this treat?
That's a Crown Peanut, San. a popular Korean snack that's basically a sandwich cookie with savory peanut cream filling.
I was totally right. Did I say it out loud? I was going to say I felt like I was eating a peanut shell. I can't remember if I said it out loud or not. So what else is in it besides peanut?
Besides the peanut cream filling, the main ingredients are wheat flour, sugar, and vegetable oil.
Yeah, it's kind of gross. Is it healthy? Is it like not bad for me?
Like most sandwich cookies, it's higher in calories, sugar, and fat, so it's generally best enjoyed as an occasional treat.
Okay.
Voiceover on, Gemini.
All right.
I'm not a doctor, so for specific nutritional or dietary advice, please
James
consult a healthcare
999.
Yeah, Slappy, I
Negative 6H
gotcha.
says hello. Close Gemini.
All right, there we go. Now my alarm's going to go off again in a minute or two. Yeah, in terms of anything I could have in the morning, it wasn't the worst choice. I forget whether or not I said it out loud, but it definitely tasted like I was
United
eating
Wrestling
dried
Federation
peanut
says
shells.
Nut oil.
Nut oil. What is that new
At Whiskey Business Official says Pete.
Yo, what up, whiskey business? Official whiskey business. Not even
Siglinda says
unofficial.
the first choice was Pete Gustin's robot, and this is his robotic wife, Samantha. Manny Puma says, have you ever heard of Goalball? If so, what do you think about it?
People ask me about that
Tim
a
and
lot.
Chris 8044 says, I've been living on a surf camp for 4 months. I'm finally a pretty
Whoa.
decent surfer. Much love from a German in France.
All right, German in France at a surf camp.
250 says, I guess the answer to my question is lighthearted because you have too much annoyance in your life with everyday situations.
Yes, you asked that a while ago. All right, I didn't even want to get into this today because, yes, I generally like the lighthearted stuff, but I feel like the amount of hate I've been getting for AI is like making me exceptionally sad, and I'll tell you why. Because 99.9% of you out there wouldn't understand this. It's because you have your vision, and I get it. I get all the drawbacks to AI. I also would like to assert that everybody out there who, we had an AI thumbnail up yesterday, and then it got changed, and then it would change again, and then it got changed again. But I would assert that 99% of you who were like, nah, I'm not going to watch your show because it's AI, were a bunch of kids who went home and used AI to do your homework. Almost guarantee that's the case. No one's standing on moral grounds for those uses, but everybody has a heart attack about it when it comes to art. And then they say that I should be more conscious of using AI because of what I do for a living. And do you know how I combat AI? I get better at my job. I've made more this year, gotten more big jobs, and done more work as a voice actor than I've ever done before, because AI has forced me to step it up. I'm taking acting classes, just putting a whole lot of effort into my craft, my art, my marketing, my advertising, and my work in the business, and it's paying off. So that's my response to AI. And the people that are like, well, it's putting artists out of work. You're putting artists out of work. They're specifically talking about my thumbnails. Here's the thing. I'm not going to pay an artist to do a thumbnail. I'm not. I'm just not. You want to know why? Here, I'll break this down for you. If I was to pay an artist $50 a day to do a thumbnail for me, I'll tell you how much I make per month on YouTube. I make
estimated revenue $822.63.
$822.63.
Estimated revenue $822.63. Button.
$822.63 is what I made on YouTube this month. Now, in order to go out and surf on the weekends and have someone film and coach me, I pay $800 a month just for that. So the channel is running at a zero-sum gain just for that, let alone all the other expenses, everything else that you see here and everything else that I do, the music licensing, the subscriptions for streaming, all this crazy amount of equipment and everything. The channel runs at a massive loss. I enjoy it. I like doing it for the most part. If I were to pay an artist $50 a day to create my thumbnail, and I do these 4 or 5 times a week, it would be $1,000 a month just to have them do the voicemails or just them do the thumbnails. So then it's not, I'm not taking a job away from an artist. There is no job. I just want to, and it drives me absolutely up a wall, absolutely crazy, that YouTube puts so much emphasis on a thumbnail. It's all about click-through rate. Like, how many people saw your thumbnail and then thought it was interesting and clicked on it? This is all I can tell you. This is all I know. When I take a screenshot, which is hard for me to do to begin with, I'm blind, in case you guys haven't figured this out. What I do, the way I pick my screenshots, is I listen to my show And then I listen and listen and listen, and then I pick a spot generally where I felt like I was laughing or smiling, and I was like, oh, I bet you I'm smiling in that picture. And then if I just take that screenshot and I put that there, my click-through rate is usually 1%. 1% of the people that look at the video watch the video. Now, if I take that picture and I run it through AI and I say, hey, make this look cool, make me look as much like me as possible, put the word live in there, and then I put that thumbnail up there, inevitably, the click-through rate is 6%. 6 times as many people out there are visually engaged by the AI thumbnail. And if the goal is to try and get people to watch, then that seems like the obvious choice. Now, if I could see, and here's what you guys, not you guys specifically, but the people that are complaining don't get, most of the other people's thumbnails that you like, they're using AI, but they're better at it than me because I can't see what it looks like. They will give the prompts and commands to make it not look as AI. So for me, there's this tool out there that could make my life easier, that could make my channel more successful, and people are yelling at me to not use it, which is frustrating. Like I just used my AI to identify what I was eating, and everybody's happy with that. They're okay with that. They're like, all right, blind guy, you're allowed to use AI to figure out what you're eating, to figure out if it's expired. Okay, blind guy, you can use the AI to find things in your house or navigate around the world. They're okay with that. Like, all right, blind guy, you can go to a restaurant and put on your Meta AI glasses and read the menu. You're okay with that. Everybody seems okay with that. They're like, that's a great use of AI. Now, when it comes to having AI make me a thumbnail, which again, I'm not going to pay an artist. It's a choice between just grabbing a screenshot or having the AI sketch one up for me and make it look a little bit better and make it perform better. People freak out about it and they hate it. And I'm not going to die on this cross. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I'm going to use. If everybody hates it that much, fine. I generally, I'm a people pleaser. I try and make people happy. I'm here to motivate and inspire and make people laugh. Like we were just talking about lighthearted content, content that makes people smile. I'm not going to sit here and do the AI thumbnails just to be a dink about it. But what you guys don't understand is how much harder you're making my life as a blind guy by not allowing me to utilize a tool that is out there. I try and run this channel as independently as possible. A lot of times people are like, oh, there's a team, there's a crew, there's editors, there's people making this, people. No, man. Nope. This whole channel, look at me. It's me with a stuffed penguin right now. I edit my own videos and I'll run them by Banana at the end of the day. Does this look okay? And half the time she's in the middle of doing something else. She's like, yeah, that's fine. A lot of times I put videos that I have no idea what they look like. The first response I get to is the first comment I get. Someone's like, oh, you're off center. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. Or you're out of frame. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. I do all of this all by myself. Banana has a job. Nisha has a job. Brooks has a job. Josh has a job and he lives up in Big Bear. I can't be calling them all the time and go, hey, does this screenshot look good? Hey, does this thumbnail I grabbed look good? Hey, did I grab a good piece and can I make this a thing? I got things to do. But there's this tool out there that allows me to grab a screenshot, put it in there, I can upload a screenshot to ChatGPT or to Google Gemini, and I can say, describe this picture to me. And it'll say, you're sitting on the couch next to Petey the penguin, Sam to the chicken is off to the right. You're looking directly at the camera. You have a smile on your face, and it looks like it might be early morning. It'll describe that to me, and I'll say, okay, can you punch that up a little bit and turn it into a thumbnail? So now I know what I've put out there, and I know that it's generally going to be 6 times better than the one if I just take a screenshot. But you guys don't want me to utilize that tool. And I don't really know what to do about that other than to acquiesce to the demands of the masses. Like I said, I'm not going to die on the hill. It's just a little frustrating. There's a tool out there that could make my channel more successful, could make my life easier, could allow me to be more independent, to not have to bother Banana, Brooks, Nisha, Josh, anybody else in my life. I could do it all by myself. But people say I'm taking work away from artists, which I'm not. They say I'm draining a small pond of water, which is, do the research. That's not true. But fine, I won't use it. Because you don't want me to. It's just that's why I'm a little frustrated. Like I said, I'm not going to fight you guys on. I'm not going to force AI thumbnails on people. but it's a little hard knowing that there's a tool out there and people don't want me to use it because of their preconceived notions of what it is and what it does, and they think I'm taking work away from people. I don't ask anybody else to do any work on this channel. This is my hobby. This is my fun. This is something that I do, and I don't want to take. I can't. The channel runs at a loss. I generally make about $9,000 a year on YouTube, and generally spend between 20 and 30. The costs have gone down over the years as we used to do a lot more filming out in the world, filming surfing. I have to pay multiple filmers, replace equipment, get different cameras and microphones and stuff. Those costs have gone down, but over the 6 years of this channel, I've lost over $100,000. I'm not asking you to feel bad for me, but I'm just telling you that's why there's no budget for thumbnails. I got to draw the line somewhere. There is something I wanted to do.
By your use of AI.
I am curious, that whole rant that I just went on, what people had to say. So if you guys have thoughts, I have potted up the...
husband says once the voice is back, let's all tell him that we support his choice of using AI to do whatever he needs to do. We still watch.
But you don't. Well, you
Sunrose
do.
8 says it's still incredible to me that you are able to edit videos by sound. I think accessibility is a valid reason to use AI. Just use it and consider the comments-free engagement. Snowing Milk 666 says first, I just want to say I love all your content on Twitch and YouTube. And I'd also like to say as a person who is going blind, I love the AI. It is very helpful in everyday life.
It's hugely helpful.
1848 says if you use it to make something then it's a problem, but using it as a tool makes you in the correct. @Terminate1 says I get called rude because I'm excessively blunt, but people need to hear harsh truths in a world of beautiful lies. The blind husband says if you lose 1 million followers, but the remaining 1.5 million are fully engaged. Saracom 7808 says no one that actually follows your channel and cares about your content cares about your use of AI. Those are people who just like being contrary for the sake of being contrary. Matt Honker says right now AI is super hot topic on Twitch because of a policy change that was not stated openly. Even I get backlash for not disappearing 100% AI. Kiki Violin says it's a genuinely good tool for these things.
That's what I thought.
Starfire 8742 says yeah, if you want to use AI for thumbnails so you don't have to spend more money, do it, Pete. And hello, by the way.
Hello.
Big Finigian says I like that thumbnail.
Which one?
Kiki Violin says agreed. That's what it should be used for. @ABCLC4JV says man, at least change her voice to something more comforting.
All right, I can do
The
that.
husband says I think a lot of your viewership might even be blind. They definitely don't care about your infographics.
I hate...
Butcher OG93 says some people are always gonna find something to hate on. Do what makes it easier for you. I'm also blind and AI helps me a great deal.
AI is
Angel 3 Fry says AI has made me richer.
Sunrose
No
8
hate.
on Twitch said, seriously, man, just use it and ignore the negativity. They are not about you.
Someone wanted a better voice. Can't pick a better one than this, right? the thumbnail. Hold on, I have a. I think I can pot this.
The blind husband on Twitch said, "This is Pete Gustin on KBBL, California Sun, every day."
I'm not on KBBL. I'm on KNBL.
Snowing Milk 666 on.
Oops, sorry. Let's see if I can get this going. I'm going to unplug this and then play. So there were two.
Saracom 7808 on Twitch said, the amount of not caring those of us who support your content don't care about your use of AI. People just want to find a reason to criticize you.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
At Megan Pie 1111 on YouTube said, don't let these things get to you. They're probably bots anyway.
I think they're real people. I think they're...
At ABC, LC4JV on YouTube said, dang guys, let him speak. At the Cookie Panda on YouTube said, hi, I just want to say you're awesome.
Well, I'm letting that speak.
At Anthony Hurster on YouTube said, being threatened by AI says how bad the artist is.
That was my point.
The blind husband on Twitch said, don't get stressed out.
That's what I was saying about the my response to AI. My response to AI is becoming a better voice actor. I have not been put out of one single job in the voiceover world by AI because I've stepped my game up with not just relying on my big voice, because AI can now do the big voice. I am working on being a really good actor, and like I said, I've had the greatest year of my life of being a voice actor. The past 18 months, I've gotten more big job. I do less movie trailers than I have in the past, but I'm doing more work in commercials. I'm landing more promos, and it's because I'm working really hard at being a good artist. Like that person saying, your response to AI is be better. And I'm trying to be. So this is one of, I don't know, I might be putting the wrong thing up on the screen altogether, but this is one of the 2 thumbnails that we were going to use for the live today. That's one of them. And then if I swipe that way, that should be another one. Now, if you guys remember, we had a blind surfer cartoon in the works, and the animation was supposed to be based loosely on the Venture Brothers cartoon, if you ever saw that. And I had a bunch of artwork, the studio that I was working with had a bunch of artwork created of me and of Superdog and Banana and Josh, and this is that style. And I had a lot of people explaining to me what it looked like, and I had eyesight when the Venture Brothers was out, and so for me, being able to understand that this is a cartoon version of me on the couch with the penguin and Sam the chicken, and having it done in that cartoon style that people spent a lot of time explaining to me, it was cool. I was like, hey, that's neat. That sounds, I can imagine that. I can envision that. I can picture that. So it was kind of fun for me. But as soon as I put this video up, I mean, scroll back, if you're on YouTube, scroll back to the first comments, just people laying into me. Like, I'm not going to watch your stream if you're using that. Like, I'm not going to support, I'm unsubscribing from you entirely. And then you're a terrible person. I thought you were better than that. Just, oh my God. And I've spent my YouTube, my social media career, 6 years. I've never done anything, more than 6 years, over 6.5 years. I've never done anything controversial. I've gotten 2.5 million followers on YouTube, 777,000 on TikTok, 212,000 on Instagram, and another 30,000 on Facebook. And I've never done anything controversial. Think about that. Think about all the popular people out there and how they're half hated and half loved. And I don't like it. I don't like being controversial. I don't like getting into arguments with people. I don't like getting yelled at. I don't like being told that I'm a loser or ruining people's lives or ruining the environment. Like, I hear your concerns, but this is not something that I can do on my own. Like, I can't just, like, I've learned how to edit video as a blind person. I learned how to edit audio as a blind voice actor. I learned how to be a voice actor blind. I learned how to surf blind. If there's something that I could possibly feasibly do, I would do it. I cannot make thumbnails. I can't do it. I'm sorry. And it sucks that they're so damn important. And there's this tool out there that's going to make them for me. And it's going to help the channel. It's going to get more eyes, but it's just the hate is kind of driving me a little crazy.
Hedagustin Sorbet says, welcome. Pete hears your messages through text to speech when he triggers the chat lady. To get your message heard immediately, send a super chat on YT of $3 or more. On Twitch, send 200 bits or more. At Pete Gustin says more. At Pete Gustin says, welcome. Pete hears your messages through text to speech when he triggers the chat lady. To get your message heard immediately, send a super chat on YT of $3 or more. On Twitch, send 200
I wanted to hear what other people had to say.
Sunrose8 says, I have a lot of criticism towards AI and where that technology is headed, but a blind YouTuber using it for his thumbnails is nowhere near on top of the list. Thiglin Lispin says, upload your designs into Notebook, LM, and then ask it to generate them. It will stay true to your thoughts. At MeganP1111 says they're jealous. Please by all means let haters hate. Celebrate the ones who support you. Don't even give breath to evil people.
I would love to do the cartoon version.
Says you are loved by more people than those who have criticism.
I was going to do a...
Husband says ask Gemini to give you 1,000 word description.
Yeah, well, that's what I do. I asked ChatGPT or Google Gemini to describe the picture. I was going to do... So for my next thumbnail, I was going to do something that they're like, do your own art. And so I was thinking like maybe I'd write something, I'd hold it up, and then I'll take a, like, so what time is it? It is 7:20 a.m. 7:20. Holy crap. Did I just rant for like 30 minutes? That was a long time. I'm sorry. What should I write? I can say the next time I'm going to do a show is going to be Tuesday. Today's the 21st, 2, 3, 4. So I can say, watch me Tuesday, 8:25.
Infinigian says it's okay, Rand.
It's okay, right? All right, I'll write that, and then hold on. Where's that piece of paper? I created a piece of paper yesterday, and this will be the thumbnail of the Tuesday video. If you guys want me to do my own artwork, I mean, I would love to use the Venture Brothers style artwork. Like, I think it's fun. Like, it makes me smile. So let's see if I can write. I got a big fat marker here. Wow, I can't even open it. Come on, there we go. So I'll write, watch me Tuesday, DAY, 8
Saracom
/20.
7808 says you save money on therapy by talking to us, so I guess you save money in a roundabout way by doing the channel.
There we go. Let's see if that's
Siglin
legible.
Husband says, let's see how good this writing is.
You guys wanted my you wanted me to do my own artwork. So here, this will be my thumbnail. And then, oh, it smells. That has a smelly marker. I'll hold this up. What did I write? This was not made by AI. And then watch me Tuesday, 8:25. Oh, I have to have my face in the picture. There we go.
Siglin Husband says that would be amazing. You drive by hand and then let the AI make it pop.
There we go. That's going to be my thumbnail right there. If it's legible. Can you read it? Did I make it legible? My chat's a little slow. Now I'm just stuck here wondering, did I just write gibberish? I don't know.
8 says the small notebook is backwards.
It's backwards.
Not a real furry says people are divided nowadays and harbor vitriol. It gets directed at the folks we interact with every day, and it's a shame but true.
You're right.
Siglin Husband says I'm blind.
There we go. Is that the right way?
Says, oh, that's actually.
There we go.
IO250 says ask people to put their notifications on YouTube to see when you are available.
Yeah, I mean, they should do that.
Says it's backwards, lol.
No, it's not backwards now.
Kiki Violin says the small one.
How is this?
8 says that's right.
Oh, yeah, there we go. I was like,
Angel
that's.
Fry says looks good mode.
What I did is I put a piece of
but it's well written.
I put a piece of monster tape here.
8 says I can read it, the large one.
The big piece is supposed to be
says
the
looks good now.
back, and that's supposed to be the front.
1 says I gotta go love y'all.
There we go. There we go. That's my new thumbnail. We'll see what kind of engage. There, people wanted Blind Guy to do his own artwork. That's the artwork you get. Personally, I feel like Venture Brothers cartoon
says I can read it.
Sounds a little more fun. Well, I lost my marker. Oh no, I only got one use out of it, and I lost it already.
@Palasmark 7985 says you wrote very good. C.
Thank you.
@Starfire 8742 says it's totally readable.
All right, well that's good.
So that for Lane 4247 says hello from Glasgow, Scotland.
What up, Glasgow, Scotland?
Kiki Violin says it's delayed. LOL, sorry.
Okay.
Siglin says some stick figures. Like I said, make a bunch of assets and then this programs that'll generate you designs that are true to your art.
I know, but I just.
2084 says this is better than I 100%.
All right.
Kiki Violin says I honestly like it though.
All right. So every day I can, I'll take your suggestions on what I can write on a piece of paper. And now that I've said Tuesday 8:25, it means I definitely have to sleep in on Monday. I really should sleep in one of these days. And doing a show 5 days a week, I start to run out of stuff to talk about. See what happened? Like I start ranting at people instead of talking about. It was so funny. The person's like, "Do you like lighthearted stuff or serious topics?"
June 25th, 2026.
What about it? What was so great about June 25th, 2026? It already happened. Yeah, instead of the lighthearted topics I normally do, then I go ranting at people for a while. Oh no, you know what? I want to hear I like the sound of my voice so much. Can I turn it back on? I gotta clear that. I gotta turn that back on. I don't think I do. Now I'm going back and forth. It's so funny. Everybody's like, wow, we hate the AI art. We can't stand the AI art. And then all of a sudden the AI Pete Gustin text-to-speech voice comes up and they're like, hey, that's great. We love the voice. We love the AI voice. It's just funny what people will draw the line about. I don't know. We'll see how the thumbnail with me drawing, we'll see how that one goes. If I get it over 1% click-through rate. And maybe that'll be my new thing. Actual created art. Maybe I should draw pictures each time. But if it's just a thumbnail, you haven't watched the show before, and you don't know like what the heck is going on. Oh, come on! Did the voice? I think it did die. Play. It's not playing. Whatever. That's the thing. Like the thing about the thumbnails is, they're supposed to be like instantly recognizable and instantly interesting. Oh, damn it! I had it down the whole time. That's why. Or maybe not. I don't know. But if it's just me doing that, like drawing, people are gonna be like, "What the hell is that? I don't get what's going on right there." How do we get to be so late? 7:25. I gotta get going. I gotta do my vocal warm-ups. I gotta say words out loud. I gotta get in that booth and on that microphone. I feel like I had fun this morning.
Husband says the little teeny boppers are expecting you to be drawing art, and they come in and you're sitting on the couch.
I guess. Hey, I'm not just sitting here. I'm sitting here and talking. Oh, now I'm getting a message. Uh-oh. It's gonna be like your audio crapped out.
Messages. Now, Johnny Han, Pete and Mods. Sorry I couldn't stick around.
Oh, all right. Sorry. I thought it was usually when I get a message from my moderators group, they're telling me that the hold on, stop. They tell me that my audio crapped out. Although I do feel like that the chat lady died.
The little teeny bopper starts. Big funny giant.
Big funny giant.
Image. A person wearing a black shirt and holding a white object.
Hey, neat. Someone used the Twitch unboxing emoji with me holding my
Saracom
KNIFE.
7808 says we are still here.
7808 on Twitch said, "We are still here."
There we go. All right, everybody just got real quiet. They're like Pete yelled at us for the last 20
The blind
minutes.
husband on
20 minutes. Damn you, stupid robot! Just finish your sentence. I have to ask them.
Dizzy D Digital on YouTube said, "Wow, who drew the thumbnail?"
Blind guy drew the thumbnail. But yeah, so since I've already, now I have my thumbnail ready to go. I'm gonna have to remember it's 7:20 a.m. I'll have to go to that point, and then I'll have to take the screenshot of that, and it's gonna be me holding "This was not made by AI. Watch me Tuesday 8:25." That means I'm gonna be sleeping in on Monday. Don't let me do a show on Monday. Everybody's, just gonna have to do your Monday by yourself. Mondays, they suck as it is. So me being here isn't gonna make it that much better. So I'm going to sleep in on Monday. We're all going to just take a day off, enjoy the weekend, reset, and then...
The blind husband on Twitch said, "I can live without the Monday show."
Okay. I mean, 4 days a week seems reasonable. Even Banana, she's like, "Why are you doing it?"
Saracom 7808 on Twitch said, "I will make fun of you if you pop in here on Monday."
I know. Well, it's like you. You're always like, "I'm
Big
leaving."
Funny Giant on Twitch said, "Watch. Someone's going to complain about that thumbnail too."
Well, because it's going to be lame. People are going to be like, "That's a terrible thumbnail. No one's going to watch that." Let's see if I can find my new fun outro music. I can't remember where I put it. So I go back one level, and then...
The blind husband on Twitch said, "Somebody's going to complain about this voice being AI.
Oh, wait.
How dare you?"
Hold on. I got to stop that thing first. I got to stop that voice.
Dizzy Digital on YouTube said, "Oh, it's AI? That's too bad."
See, there's someone who has opinions. Somebody's got some opinions on the AI. Oh, what did you think it was? You thought like I had the thumbnail's not AI. The thumbnail that you're looking at is just a screenshot of the show. The voice is obviously AI. Like I don't have two mouth holes. I'm not talking out of a second hole. Hold on, I pressed too many buttons here. Is this? There we go. That's a good song. I like that one. Some good energy to it. All right. Thank you everybody who joined. Thanks for spending this week with me. Thanks for being around. Thanks for being part of the show, being part of the community. And
Figlin Husband says, "I think that's the best text-to-speech voice I've ever heard."
Hey, it's a pretty good text-to-speech voice.
Says two mouth holes lol. Screaming Drag 0N says good.
Thank you, Streaming Dragon.
7808 says goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. Don't forget to follow on Twitch if you're on YouTube right now. Notifications are a little more... See, I didn't even plug that.
8 says, "I bet if you ask the AI to make it obvious that the thumbnail is AI enhanced, you would get more views." Figlin Husband says, "Have a good day. Don't stress about the internet. Most people are stupid."
Most people are stupid.
Saracom
All right, I gotta get out of here.
7808 says, "Love y'all."
I gotta go do my warm-ups. Later, everybody. Have a good one. Have a good weekend.
Bye. Figlin Husband says, "Bye, fellow Twitches." Figlin Husband says, "Bye, Sarah."